anything but anemic, self-effacing or obsolete. Formula One. Not least thanks to permanent innovation, year upon year. Hear the 2015 update from Bernie Ecclestone & Co. There's not going to be any great changes in terms of the engineering. The rules are staying very much the same, and the teams will undoubtedly all get a bit closer because they can handle the technology better. The whole engineering package has to be right. While the engine rules remain almost unchanged, this year only 4 engines can be used per season per car, not 5. Until February 28th, the 4 manufacturers were allowed to further develop 48% of all components. Now everything's frozen. The penalty for completely changing the power unit is now, incidentally, less severe. No longer a start from the pit lane, but from the back of the grid. The ban on tyre warmers set aside for 2015. Discussions to be resumed if the size of wheels and rims change in the future. There are restrictions in the aerodynamics department. Now just 1 wind tunnel per team and fewer test hours. A big challenge for the aerodynamics guys. No more loopholes in the rules. The nose comes down. The Formula One cars have to weigh at least 702 kilograms, inclusive of driver, oil and brake fluid. On top of that comes a maximum fuel load of 100 kilograms. As of this season, winter tests are now being run only on European circuits. During the season, the teams are obliged to use next-generation drivers on at least 2 test days. As a consequence of Jules Bianchi's bad crash in Japan, the so-called virtual safety car phase without a safety car is being introduced. Illuminated panels beside the track will ensure limited speed in the hazardous sector. Overtaking will be allowed only if a driver clearly slows down. At the end of any safety car phase, there's a flying restart across the start-finish line. The idea of a stationary restart has been scrapped. And Mexico is back. In 2011, local hero Sergio Perez was already in action on home soil with Sauber, a mega Formula One party. The atmosphere almost perfect.
Mexico has always had a Formula One Grand Prix. In the 1970s, there was a Formula One Grand Prix in Mexico City, and it's very good to have Formula One there.
After a break of 23 years, it's now back this November, the Mexican Grand Prix. Venue, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Those are the key things new for 2015. Admittedly, not as revolutionary as last year, but for us, of course, definitely worth a report.